Hello everybody, this is Jacob Throna here from ChasingCinema.com. Today I'm going to be talking about comments Kevin Feige said on Marvel and the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And it's kind of been surfacing, and well, not so much surfacing, but it's been a conversation that's been happening for quite some time. And that's the fact that Kevin Feige said that the MCU will never go dark. So for as long as for what's brewing right now, and for quite some time, we've been having the battle between DC and Marvel, the rival empires of the comic book world. And now the fact that DC is trying to build up their cinematic universe, though have displayed numerous Batman pictures that are very dark, very realistic, that the world is kind of falling in love with. And a lot of people, there's this thing that even, that's known as Dark Knight trilogy, where some people try to make something very light and fun into something very dark, gritty, and serious. And a lot of movies have tried to replicate the Dark Knight syndrome, if you will, and failed, because sometimes it doesn't work. Or they try to do both. They try to do really funny, goofy, and then they try to be as dark as the Dark Knight, i.e. The Amazing Spider-Man 2. That movie was as goofy as Batman and Robin, but then wanted to be as dark as the Dark Knight. I won't get too much into that because it's kind of waiting for the subject, but we already know that DC is more of the gritty, darker universe. We've established that by what we've seen so far, how the movies look, how the movies feel, and they're not, Marvel obviously really depends on humor. And Marvel is really, really great with their comedy. Most people say Avengers is really funny. That movie's really funny. Robert Downey Jr. is hilarious. It's true. These movies really strive to be funny. So Kevin Feige was kind of talking, and the whole point is, you could read the full conversation at ChasingCinema.com. Go to ChasingCinema.com, hit that news button to read the full conversation. But you really could kind of see that Kevin Feige is really shocked that people still think that there's a chance that Marvel will go dark. And, he's kind of said, I've really talked about it before. I've kind of gone on to speak about it. The MCU will never go dark. It's just not what we want to do. It's not. Oh, it smells. Sorry, they're tarring the street. It smells awful. It's just not something that they plan on ever doing. Humor is a major part of what they do, and Marvel's working. They don't need to change it, right? Marvel's making money, making movies, and they don't need to do anything to really change that. Now, I'm sure there's a lot of people, i.e. myself, that would like to see more darker versions of Marvel, and they're doing that with the show Daredevil. Daredevil's a perfect example. So, sure, he's saying, it won't really go dark, but at the same time, I watch Daredevil and I don't see something light and funny. So maybe he doesn't mean the overall tone of the entire cinematic universe, which is good, because Marvel isn't that dark in tone, in my opinion. It doesn't belong in that dark, serious conversation. Sometimes it could get serious, but not always. It needs to kind of revolve around the fun, exciting, yet, he go in the conversation. Again, you can read ChasingCinema.com, hit that news button. He says, well, of course, our trailers talk about impending doom and the fact that the world might end because of a villain, and we might have some serious themes, but overall, we want these Marvel movies to be fun, and they are fun right now. They don't need to be dark. Actually, sometimes Marvel or DC's been criticized for how dark and serious they do their stuff. Personally, I like the two worlds. I like their separate because they feel different, and I think that really is what makes Marvel marketable, as well as DC. Now, if DC will be as successful as Marvel, I don't know, but they're trying their hardest to produce some really tough stuff. We'll really know the battle. The battle will really begin when Batman v Superman hits theaters next year. But with Kevin Feige talking like this, I'm not really surprised. Do I want those dark Marvel pictures? Yeah. Is it something that's probably going to happen? Yeah, we'll get the darker stuff. Obviously, like I said, we're getting it with Daredevil. We're getting it with Matt Murdock's story on Netflix. But it doesn't have to take the whole universe over. It doesn't have to be the entire tone of the universe, where I think that's where DC is going. Anyway, let me know what you think about Kevin Feige's comments down here in the comment section. Again, you can read the full thing at ChasingCinema.com. Just hit that news button. Follow me at ChasingCinema.com. All of our social media stuff down here, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, in the description box. If you think that the Marvel Universe shouldn't go dark, let me know by hitting the like and favorite button. Let's go there. Let's talk about it. Let's make it a conversation. But most importantly, above everything, make sure to hit that favorite button. or that subscribe button, because each day I'm updating this channel with film news, movie reviews, casting details, giveaways, trailer reviews. I talked about the Muppets trailer that dropped today. Earlier, I talked about the fact that Wolverine and Gambit are going to be in X-Men. All that stuff's available on our YouTube channel, so make sure you're a part of that, and make sure you're a part of